Hey everybody, and welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. I'm going to be continuing our playthrough of Surviving the Aftermath, and we're about to find out what this main quest of Beyond Tomorrow means. I have a feeling it's, actually probably a bad idea for me to click on this. I suspect it's gonna suddenly make things harder for me in one way or another, but we shall see. But first I'm actually going to remove some of the extra people that I had put on guard duty because of the bandit raid that showed up.
More than 2 decades have passed since the events that plunged the world into the apocalypse. Catastrophes sweep through the land on a regular basis, instilling fear amongst the people who try to start anew.
Many believe in the old saying that to build a better future is important to understand the past. Answers to what really happened and how the colony can be protected from another downfall can only be found from the wasteland. Start the main quest.
What started as a natural disaster of cosmic origin led to the downfall that swept through civilization. Nations fell, and remaining factions fought over power and resources until there were no armies left to command.
As the fear for the future grows among the people, many share grim tales about the horrors they've endured. Should something similar ever happen, the people here have very little to protect themselves from it. The world outside is unpredictable, but there is no other way than to go deep into the wasteland. This time it is done better prepared than ever before. Winter storm is upon us. But I've got all my heaters going.
We've made a new discovery.
Would be good. Water pipes have been discovered. This actually seems pretty handy now that we're in winter. I'll work on that next. Infrastructure. Water tower. Seems like pretty good placement.
All done.
Found some current and some tools. Yeah, I'm going to have her get those weapons.
Yes? Of course. All done.
My scientist. All the science. Maybe
What do
I'll
we
have
have
them
here?
investigate the site. I guess not everywhere gets hit by the winter storm at once? Gotta make sure I don't run out of wood. Still... Here we go. Limit 600 for...
We've made a new discovery.
Not have enough metal to make any of these anyway. Eventually they will probably be useful. Okay, I don't think I need to advance into that stuff just yet. More likely, education will probably benefit me at this stage. I think actually I need to be delving into this section now. So I really need these frontier outposts. And we'll make that next.
We won the battle.
And it's been defeated. Lots of stuff.
Quest complete.
Good job, Eeps. I think it's time to send them both back to town, because they're not looking so hot.
Check.
What's up? All right.
We have become a little town, and we have made first contact. I'm going to construct a second medical tent. Yeah. Because I am getting a lot of sick people.
Two scavengers are bickering. One of them has decided to start fasting for spiritual reasons, but the other doesn't think that's fair toward the colony.
Aiming to find a compromise, other colonists approach the pair and suggest the spiritual man is allowed to continue his fast. However, should his work slow down, he would have to compensate for that later by doing extra work once his fast is over.
There are survivors at the gate.
Let's see. Air shelters do we have? Not enough. I should go ahead and make them a tent.
A ragged bunch shuffles slowly towards the gate.
Beetle bread and wax worms. They come with a specialist. Fairly, solid scavenger. One adult, 3 children, 2 elders. Alright, we'll take them. And I can recruit a new specialist as well. Let's see. Don't really want another scientist right now. He's a scientist with surprisingly high scavenge, though. And his research is higher than my other scientist. Guess I'll take him. only one occupying that medical tent right now because it's kind of frozen, and I don't really have a huge demand on medical stuff at the moment anyway. Okay, what's going on here? Investigate the site.
What do we have here?
Specialists push deeper into the wasteland through meteor craters, irradiated ghost towns, and lifeless forests. There is not much that has remained unaffected.
Few tall structures are still standing here and there. This tower looks sturdy enough to get a better look at the surrounding area from the top. After a while, the fog clears out and something large can be spotted in the midst of a distant forest. It appears there is a roof of a large structure of some sort that looms over the treetops.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
she can return to colony. What's
Job
going on
done.
over here? Guns obtained. It's got a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna have her head back to town too.
Okay.
Yes.
Wallaby. Take over doing some scavenging.
Yep.
If Nadia.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Consider it done.
Set a new berry collection point. I have more than one food storage place. I'm pretty sure I made another. Yeah. So at least I'm not going to run out of storage capacity. Still have some. The food situation looking. Bad. Cookhouse should definitely be in use now that I constructed plumbing for it. Freddy was born. Who's next, Jason? That's the last thing our post-apocalyptic society needs. Immortal serial killers. Arthur was born. Infected. The first time I've seen that one.
A couple of colonists have spotted some sort of a vehicle stuck in a deep crevasse.
It might still have some useful stuff left inside, but climbing down without proper gear will be dangerous. You want to try it nonetheless, claiming it will surely be worth the effort. Well, they want to try. I'll let them try. Oh, one colonist injured. One from the group is lowered down. An old off-road truck is precariously wedged between two rocks, teetering from one side to the other. But the climber insists it's safe to go on. As the passenger door is yanked open, one of the rocks gives out and the vehicle tilts and falls, hitting the climber painfully on the way down. Dude is gone for good, but at least no lives were lost. One colonist injured. Okay, that's what we'll do. Honest Kim has died of old age.
Mission complete.
Right, some candy bars and some currency.
All right.
Mission complete.
Have them investigate. Now my scout's not quite healed up yet. I'll give it time. Action is running rampant through my community in the winter storm. Dun dun dun! Okay, got that burner operational. So, shouldn't have as many problems with this second medical tent anymore. Firewood is dangerously low. Guess I should have produced more of it after all. Really? 4 wood makes only 2 firewood? That seems weirdly inefficient. At least I managed to get enough food to last the winter, I can tell. Crazy how we went from a heat wave to a winter storm in only a few days, but... well, I guess more and more of that's kind of been happening in the real world too, so... maybe it's not that weird after all. Child, please for help.
arrives at the gate, holding the hand of a clearly feverish and delirious woman.
Even an untrained eye can see she needs help, and quickly. Is anyone there? Please, can you help my mom? The child calls, voice stuttering and almost breaking. We were just going back to my dad in another colony, but my mom just suddenly fell. Well, for 1 medicine, I get a seed, which seems pretty legit. I would actually be pretty upset if I did not have the medicine available. Because now I can plant cabbages.
Yes? Huh? What do we have here?
Investigate.
As the specialist arrives at the clearing, they discover that whatever the structure is, it was left unfinished. Sun-bleached remains of construction workers are scattered around the ruins.
It's unclear what this structure is, but its foundations go deep underground, and the sheer size of it is awe-inspiring. Word of the unidentified building reaches the colony, and an excited conversation starts up as people scramble to voice their theories on its purpose. More information is needed, and the specialists should keep their eyes peeled for more unusual structures.
Not going to happen. Uh-huh. Not going to happen.
Yes, it will. It'll just be next turn. Very misleading. Well, back in the colony. My scout is ready to go. Send him back to the world map.
Uh-huh.
As well let her heal a little bit more.
Before the apocalypse, people constructed all sorts of buildings. But this structure is something not even those who remember the time before can recall having ever seen.
Remote location would also suggest that whoever was building it wanted to keep it hidden from the common folk. The markings on the equipment were recognizable, though. There are a few remote areas where similar markings have been seen on buildings and on wreckage. Now when everyone knows what to look for, it should be easy to spot if similar sites exist.
Before the apocalypse, people constructed all sorts of...
Eh?
What's up?
You sent him. Let's check out this
All
spot.
right.
Well,
What you need?
up.
Your orders?
Yep. Yes. Found something.
Check that out. Zoe was born. Did I ever learn how to make a school? I did. See what the banner does. Might be a waste of resources, but I think I can spare them at this point, and I'm curious to see if it actually has any kind of gameplay effect. Doesn't look like it probably actually does anything.
Your command. Your orders? What do we have here?
The first location is a long trek away from the nearest city. The structure on this site is in even worse condition than the one before.
The pillars supporting the building are partially melted. Ruins and deep bomb-made craters on the ground tell the story of how this place faced its end during the Succession Wars. Those endless wars that were waged after the governments fell. The structure seems to be made mostly of high-grade materials, hinting that whoever was funding this project had power and influence in the old world. All of these just gonna pop up in, like, discovered locations, or...? It's not.
All done.
Scavenging wheat. So I'll have him hit this place before heading home.
Yep. Not going to happen.
Oh, but it will. Edo Town has become so industrious. actually going to demolish this one. The boosted one somewhere nearby instead. Here.
All done.
Achievement unlocked. Famous Explorer. Whoa, 20 of them.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Time for her to go out and do her work. Okay. I think I'm actually going to call it here, and this may conclude my playthrough. Thank you everybody for joining me. This was definitely an interesting experience. I think if you're a fan of colony sims or the survival genre, this is definitely worth a play. Certainly worth trying out. I didn't think it was as overtly bad as some of the reviews seem to suggest, but I can see how it would definitely maybe have some balance issues on the higher difficulties. Then again, for some players that's kind of their thing, and, you know, some folks view these kinds of games as being more of a roguelike experience where you expect to fail most of the time. And if that's the way that you like to play, then maybe this will really appeal to you. Again, thank you everybody for joining me, and I hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming.